Bare root is the only way that I'll ever plant fruit trees, and I suggest you do the same. Don't mess with those big box store root-bound fruit trees of common varieties. Order your trees, this is what you're gonna get. I have a 3 to 4 foot tall tree right here, bare root. You can see there's no soil on here, but we do have a nice root system. Now your trees just spent a few days in the mail, so what you're gonna wanna do is soak these roots. I like to put them in a bucket full of rainwater. That's gonna help get a little hydration into these roots before we put it in the ground. Here's the tools you're gonna need. I got myself a nice shovel here to dig my hole. I've got some compost from the chicken run mixed with a little bit of peat. I got a bucket to put some of the native soil in that I dig up, some gloves, and of course, my tree. And I got some rainwater handy for once it's in the soil so we can water it in. This is going to be a dwarf Napoleon Royal and Sweet cherry tree. So my planting spot is loaded with grass, but that's okay. I'm gonna go ahead, take the shovel. I'm gonna score the outside of this planting hole. And this year I'm doing something a little different. Instead of making a circular hole, we're gonna go for a square hole. I like to make the hole about twice the outside diameter of the root system. Give these roots plenty of room to start running. So this quack grass, we don't need it. I'm gonna go ahead and just take this out chunk by chunk. Take it like this and just throw it to the side for now. Give her a test fit right here. You see we got plenty of room on the outsides here for these roots to run. Now we're doing the square because when these roots do go off to the side, we don't want them to hit this harder clay and start curling. This is going to encourage these roots to keep going outwards. If you do get potted trees from a nursery, a lot of them are going to send them in square pots, especially your smaller size ones. That is so the roots don't tangle on themselves and choke themselves out. But avoid that problem altogether by buying bare root dormant trees. Now I'm going to go ahead and just go in here, just start digging a hole, putting all this soil into this bucket. We're definitely going to reuse a lot of this native soil. You don't want to amend your planting hole too much because then your roots aren't going to want to leave, and that's not good for the tree. This tree is going to be here forever, so it needs to get used to this native soil. But a little bit of amending just in the planting hole is going to help this tree get established. You could also put something like a tarp down or some cardboard, just something to put the soil on. But since I'm not digging too much, I'm just going to use this bucket. Now listen up, because this part is really important. You don't want to bury your tree too deep. Now when you get a tree like this, these are all grafted trees. If you look here above the roots, this is the graft union. That cannot be below the soil. If you put that below the soil, this is going to have roots come out of it, and it's going to defeat the purpose of having this dwarfing rootstock. It's going to grow into a full-size tree. We're going to lose some of the disease resistance that this rootstock offers. So we don't want to bury it too deep. So before we go any further, we're going to give it a test fit. So what I did is I took a board and put it across the soil level here. So that way I know that this is the height that my tree needs to be at, preferably a little higher. So we got a lot of root space down there that we need to fill in. So we're going to actually put some of this back in the hole and then set this on top and get it lined up where we need it to. So I'm going to take some of my compost, put it in here, crumble up some of the native soil, just doing a nice rotation here, keeping it nice and flat inside here. And I'll just keep coming back through here, setting it down, test fitting it. I can still see we need to come up a little bit more. So I'm going to keep going. So you can see here, we got our graft union down low. We set our tree in, and our graft union is above the soil line. Do another step here that is also optional. I'm going to come off to the side, not inside the planting hole, and just start using my shovel. I'm going to just make some cuts in here. That's going to give the roots a nice pocket to leave this hole and head this way. Like I said, you don't have to do it. I just like trying new things out, and I think this is gonna be a good idea. So now we can finally put this tree in the ground. I'm gonna set the tree right in the middle, and I'm gonna take these roots, I'm gonna use my fingers to kind of coax them just in different directions. And then I'm just gonna come back and just start crumbling soil on this, mostly towards the center to start right now. If I notice any roots getting buried straight down, I'll pull them out. I'll tap them in a little bit to make sure they're getting really nice soil contact. And the same thing, I'll rotate through here with some of the compost, going back to the native soil, just doing a nice lasagna in here. After you get a little bit of soil in there, your tree will end up standing up on its own and you can fill it the rest of the way. The whole time you're doing this, just eye your tree up, make sure it's staying nice and straight. It's a lot easier to watch that kind of stuff now than try to come back later and fix an issue like that. She's looking real nice right there. You can see the graft union is above the soil line. Don't worry about a little bit of the roots hanging out there. Those are probably coming out a little too high anyway. They'll just air prune off. We're gonna come back. We're gonna give her a big drink. Now this is going to fill in all those air pockets inside there. We don't want any air pockets. Then I'm gonna come back here and we're just gonna do some heavy mulching. I'm gonna start by putting all these wood chips around the base of this tree. We don't want these wood chips actually touching this tree. So I'm gonna pull them away from the tree, but I am gonna put them around here. As thick as I can get them. I can always add more. And it's going to help retain moisture around here. You can see in there, the wood chips are not touching that tree. There is a gap in here. But the rest of this is laid on nice and thick. There we have it. Nice little dwarf cherry here by the other cherry tree so they can pollinate each other and give us cherries for years to come. Hopefully this video helped you out, and thanks for watching.